Hello, I am Aidan and you are the listener, and this is Switching to the Future. Well, a lame short podcast where I discuss my current predictions about the next Nintendo system. This episode will feature my thoughts on, will be the first part of having my thoughts on the Nintendo Switch Online. I'll go into that later, and I will have that timestamped. Got a bit of stuff for the opening today. Happy Black Friday. It's the 29th of November 2024. As of the posting of this episode and recording. Now stop buying stuff and please watch. Also, I have a Pepsi this week, so that's going to make it a bit easier for me to endure all this. Also, I would like to apologise for complaining about Hideo Kojima's game last week. Firstly, he has an appreciation for the stop-motion studio Aardman, who make a lot of great films, and secondly, I'd rather buy his games, which I'm not honestly the biggest fan of. I'd rather buy his games than Elon Musk's recently announced AI Game Studios games. And I apologise for swearing right before I swear, but Elon Musk and his video games, they're all going to be crap. As Kojima's games are at least made by humans, whereas AI, plagiarism, greed, yeah. Okay, let's not talk about that oversized baby anymore and actually get on with the show. Now let's get to business with the main segment. Okay, reveal prediction for next console, late February 2025. Release prediction, September 2025. And now for the latest. So, rumour has it the Switch successor will be revealed in January and out in March. Now, my dad is adamant that's true, as it fits in with a prediction he made back in September or October. I love the optimism, Dad. I don't think it's true though, but at this point, if you're saving for the Switch successor and or plan on pre-ordering, now's the time to save up and prepare. Okay, more mundane news. Nintendo Music got brain training music this week. The menu theme's catchy. Boom bum 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 boom bum 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 boom bum bum bum. I mean, that's sort of how it goes. Nintendo Switch Online also got Donkey Kong Land 2 this week, but I expect 3 next week. Also, in regards to Donkey Kong Land 1 and 2, why do they not have the Super Game Boy's enhanced colour selection on Switch? Just a little thing that I noticed. The Super Game Boy was an accessory for the Super Nintendo that allowed you to play Game Boy games and enhance some of them. Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack also got ToeJam and Nell in Panic on Funkotron, Mercs and Vectorman this week, in a rare case of a Mega Drive drop, or Genesis. It's Mega Drive here in Europe, so yeah. Not the biggest week. I mean, I gave Donkey Kong Land 1 a go. It was fine. I predict the third game to come out middle or late next week. And now for a completely unimportant announcement, actually. The Nintendo Switch is on its deathbed. But only in China. Where it was announced that all services for the Chinese region Nintendo Switches, or all online services, will end come the 15th of May 2026, while with the eShop shutting down at the end of March 2026. What does this mean for you? Unless you for one reason or another have a China region Nintendo Switch, absolutely nothing would change. Only if Nintendo would give 1.5 years heads up for closing online services outside of China. 3DS and Wii U eShop. 3DS and Wii U Online. Okay, so that's your news briefing out the way. So, I'll be back in just a moment. And now for my thoughts on Nintendo Switch Online. Yes, I've changed up the little cover a bit. Part 1. Online play. 7, roughly. There might be more, might be less. This is going to have my thoughts on the current state. And we'll also have my thoughts on the next thing. I'm thinking of I'm probably going to put Nintendo Switch Online Expansions Pack stuff in its own chapter. Might not, though. It's dependent on... I mean, it really depends how I feel next week when I start going on about the classic game libraries. Yeah, I might just do it in its own chapter, making it 7 chapters. Chapter 6 being for Nintendo Music. Okay, So, my thoughts on online play and the current batch of major Nintendo games. Splatoon 3. It was horrific. But then by a miracle, most connection issues were fixed late August in the final content patch. So, yay. Well, better late than never. Splatoon 2, horrific. There. That's the only word I have down. Tetris 99, F-Zero 99, Super Mario Bros. 35, when that existed, and Pac-Man 99, when that existed. How on earth do they work well? They always worked well. Never had any major issues, no desync, no lag, it just worked. I mean, F-Zero 99 is a miracle. 99 carts on a racetrack with barely any desync. All crashing into each other. It's a miracle. Okay, Nintendo 64 game catalogue has lag. I mean, I remember I've definitely played that online. I haven't played any of the... I mean, I also played Super Nintendo, but apparently they're changing up the netcodes for the NSO collections, as with this week's update, they changed the netcode for the Mega Drive collection, so it's possible that there'll be less lag soon. I mean, online works well enough on Mario Kart 8. I mean, there is occasional desync, and occasionally, oh yeah, here's 2 coins, one coin in both your item slots. But, yeah. Switch Online is horrific for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I have never had any positive experiences with it. Always lag. Switch Sports works quite well. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now, that's more the problems of the community. Most of its issues come from trolls and hackers. But Switch hackers have also benefited the game's online community through what they call treasure islands or something. I don't know, you add somebody, you go to their in-game island and simply put, you'll get stuff, and then because they're using mods, it'll automatically regenerate. So, what do I think is next for online play with the Switch successor? Because this is about the future, not about the present, not about the past. I think there'll be some major new online game early on. My personal guess would be Metroid Prime 4 having an arena shooter mode for online play, or possible Metroid Prime 2 remastered having online support for its local multiplayer modes. Can't be certain though. But I believe that would happen. Enhancements to online play? All games launching with the new netcode that some of the recent games have been using. I think Switch Sports has the new netcode. It's the infrastructure for the online netcode, so I'm feeling most games will be using the new netcode by then. Maybe a mandate for slightly faster internet connections than the Switch, as that does. Slow internet is part of the problem, though apparently Japan has... it's complicated because Japan has a bunch of completely wireless router things. I don't know too much about it. But I don't think much can really change with online play. Well, I mean, there's also... I mean, the Switch Online playtest. Can't say anything about that, though. My apologies. But, yeah. Okay, next time I do this, or next week, the classic catalogues for the base version. Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and Game Boy Original. That's going to be fun, as I have quite a few gripes. But also, I have a good few praises for some of them as well. So, yeah. Okay, closing notes. There will be a holiday special next month where I finally say what I want from Nintendo's next-gen system, outside of Switch Online. Thank you for watching. Don't sleep on your arm funny unless you want it to hurt the next day. I learned that the hard way this week. And now go back to buying stuff. Have a good one. And bye.